We were discussing about the natural science, and we discussed about what are the different branches of natural sciences. So a tradition of scientific inquiry also emerged in the ancient China, where alchemists cure ailments. It's not only in China, in India also, Ayurveda and all, we can give example, right? And then ancient Indian cultures around the Indus Valley understood nature. Surgeons in Ayurvedic traditions saw health and illness as a combination of three humans. Okay, that is Trigunaha. We call it as all this. That is wind, bile, and pelgam. Um, So a healthy life was a balancing of these three. Okay, humors we have to balance. Then comes the uh, natural phenomena such as earthquakes, ellipses, where ancient they understood. Even you can say in the Vedas and all, Vedas, Upanishads and all, they talks about the ellipses. Then Plato, in his book History of Animals, okay, he has written about 110 species. Then the European civilization, natural philo. Then comes the invention of the printing press in the 15th century, microscope and telescope. Then West Columbus discovery of there is Columbus discovery of the after this the perception has changed. So the world, especially after the Copernicus, about he talked about the solar system, and then the Galileo's work, then Kepler's law, right? So his astronomical invention, then the Newton in the 17th century. So these are all these scientists contributed a lot to the natural science. 18th and 19th century, we can talk about the Thomas Edison, about the light, right? Then the Michael Faraday, okay, discoveries of electromagnetism. Then Einstein's theory of relativity in the 20th century, and it has contributed a great to the quantum mechanics. Then the development of antibodies and the artificial fertilizer, okay, where the agriculture flourished. Means it is increased a lot because it has to cater the increasing population, the structure of atom and nucleus, then the atomic energy, then development of space flight, space telescope. So many things we can say. That is, all this contributed a great to the natural sciences. Important branches of natural sciences we can call it as biology. Biology concerns with the characteristic classification and behavior of organisms, such as how species were formed and their interactions with each other and environment. Then we go to the physics. Physics is the study of universe, the force and interactions they exert on one another and the result produced by these interactions. Then comes the chemistry. Chemistry is a scientific discipline involves with elements and compounds of atoms, molecules, ions, their composition, structure, properties, behavior, and changes they undergo during the reaction. Another substance. Then comes the, you can call central science chemistry, right? It connects all the natural sciences. So chemistry is said to be very important. The earth sciences. Earth sciences related to studies of planet Earth, geology, hydrology, meteorology, physical geography, oceanography, soil science, etc. So earth sciences are now linked to today, they are linking to petroleum and mineral resources. We know it is very important for us, right? Without petrol we cannot survive. Then today climate research and environmental assessment, all this we are doing. Oceanography. Oceanography is the study of physical and biological aspects of oceans is called oceanography. Astronomy, the discipline concerns with celestial objects and phenomena. that originate outside the Earth's atmosphere. The main objectives of teaching natural sciences that you can see, main objectives of teaching natural sciences in school: acquisition and understanding of knowledge, development of problem solving, development of curiosity about the science and natural world, understanding the use of new ideas and scientific information, develop effective and positive work habits, show respect for themselves and others. This is the responsibility of the environment also. We are living. Then comes the linguistic. Linguistic and the changes taken place, meaning and definition of linguistic. The scientific study of languages and its structure is called linguistic. Linguistics aims to understand how the language faculty of the mind works and to describe how language itself works in real world application. Now, linguistic is description, not prescriptive. For example, if you talk about the linguistic, we should talk about the phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, psycholinguistics, sociolinguistic, computational linguistic, historical linguistic, applied linguistic. So much, right? So we just to say linguistic, it is having so many subfields, right? Linguistics and changes in it. If you see from the prehistoric time, people little bit they developed language, right? Sound, that was the first one which is developed. So as a time, people, gender, age, social classes, etc., they have different accent, right? Say if you see Tamil or Kannada or any other Indian language, in the same part, if you see in Karnataka itself, the language, different places they speak different accent of Kannada. In Tamil also, if you see different places in Madras, the Chennai, the Tamil is different. In Madurai, Tamil is different. The accent is different, right? So it just depends upon the social factor, gender, status, age, religion, etc. So, linguistic, you can say different, right? You can say Dravidian, for example, if you see Dravidian language, you can divide it into South Dravidian, South Central Dravidian, right? South Dravidian, we can talk about Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam. South Central Dravidian, we can talk about the Telugu. Middle means in Tamil also, middle Tamil, modern Tamil, old Tamil, like this also we can divide. The main objectives of teaching languages in school. A linguistic plays an important place in second language teaching. Linguistic is concerned with the nature of language and communication. So main objectives of teaching languages in school. Linguistic inquiry is a second language, helps the learner discover aspects of their nature language. Knowledge of linguistics possesses a substantial advantage for improving language proficiency in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Knowledge of linguistics is important to understand of any other discipline in social science or natural science. So for everything we need language, right? Linguistics helps us understand other cultures and other point of view. Linguistic helps for the purpose of socializing, providing and obtaining information, expressing personal feelings, etc. Right? Various concepts about knowledge. So after this, we talked about the linguistics and all, right? Now we'll go to the question section. Questions, right? The first question is define discipline. Second question is write short notes on school subjects. Third question is differentiate discipline and school subjects. Now we'll move on to level 2. Level 2 is nothing but we'll learn about meaning of curriculum. The word curriculum is derived from the it is derived from the Latin word curri, which refers to a racing race course, or a runway used for running toward a destination. Accordingly, a curriculum is the educational and instructional plan that students use to fulfill their life objectives, values, and aspirations. The broad objectives of school education find tangible embodiment and in the curriculum. That means curriculum is nothing but we are giving some different learning activities is given to the children, right? Whatever way, it may be inside the classroom or outside the classroom. Everything is called as a curriculum. It's not only the subjects we are teaching, but all the activities we are giving to the children, and also like games, so many things. All these experiences we are giving to the children, everything is known as the curriculum. So it's a broad one. It is not only teaching the subject. So educational and instructional plan. So we plan and then we give the we execute that plan, right? So that is what we mean by the curriculum. We'll go to the next one. Traditional and modern concept of curriculum. We'll see first one, the traditional concept. Traditional concept of curriculum. Curriculum was a body of recorded factual information that students were to learn from their teachers, master via memory, recitation and exercises, and then replicate as needed by the instructor. The contemporary curriculum is either child or student centered as opposed to the old curriculum's subject centered curriculum. Modern concept of curriculum. The conclusion of two dynamic processes is modern education. The first is the process of personal growth, and the second is the socialization process, which is also known in the business world as environment adaptation. See, if you see in the traditional curriculum, means what are the factual information means what is there in the subject. Mathematics, if you teach what is the theorem, what is the proof, what is the law, and what is the formula, how to use it. These are the factual information, right? That is what known as the means the teacher teach, and whenever the teacher asks, students is supposed to write those answers only. Like uh, whatever they know taught in the classroom, same thing they have to